welcome. You're watching Glassbox Studios, and today we're talking about Jeepers Creepers. In a nutshell, Jeepers Creepers is a monster slasher film hybrid, and overall, it's an okay movie. Its opening scene is derived from true events, but more on that later. Whoa, stop. Warning, we have spoilers ahead. So the movie struggles from time to time with special effects and plot devices, and more expositional dialogue than you can shake a creeper stick at.
And find him or her.
It must lock automatically the powers out.
So what does the movie get right? Well, one word, mythos.
Every 23rd spring, for 23 days, it gets to eat.
The creeper itself is a fairly unique monster. It's intelligent and physically intimidating. You can really see that he has his own personality. This is a monster with a lot of character. In horror movies, the monster can be the main character. Think about it. You go to see a horror movie because you're interested in the monster. And in that way, it's much more of a character than the main cast ever is. Speaking of main characters, this movie stars Justin Long, who has also starred in Accepted, Waiting, Dodgeball, and Galaxy Quest. The guy's been in a lot of films, but this was one of his first. It also stars Gina Phillips as Trish. She has starred in ER, CSI, Monk, and many more. Gina and Justin have good chemistry in the movie and really feel like a believable brother and sister duo.
Hi, Mom. Haven't seen you in forever. Here's my dirty shorts. Nice.
It's for her, not me.
They do, however, have some less than perfect dialogue. I've heard that the opening conversation almost feels nonsensical. But to me that's okay, because we really don't have the insight to understand the inner workings of their relationship. We all wear different masks, according to our situation, and that's no different for conversations between different people. In other words, you wouldn't speak the same way to your mom as you would one of your friends. So I want to change directions for a moment and talk about character motivation. Human motivation generally runs on an algorithm of self-preservation. So when characters risk their lives, they're breaking fundamental logic. Now during one scene we see Trish and Derry decide to go back and possibly rescue someone else, breaking the rule of self-preservation.
If there's nothing there, nothing we can do, we just drive on home and call the cops. And you know that's what we should do.
Bullshit I do.
Bullshit you don't! Look me in the eye and tell me you can just drive away. Just drive off, leave who's ever back there. Maybe find out later they'd still be alive if you'd just gone back.
Now it's arguable that this is speciesism and that they're really protecting all of us, so I can give it a tiny pass for this. However, they make bad decisions throughout the film, such as stopping a car after having a head thrown at them. Don't stop, book it, go. They stop again to look for help in a phone. In the middle of nowhere, this is kind of unacceptable. Since they were just at a gas station, they need to just do one thing here. Drive. Now you could make the excuse that, well, they're having car problems, but it's the transmission. Just leave it in the highest gear and go. This leads to another problem. The movie never has a set location. It's Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole over and over and over, which leads to new characters that the audience never grows an attachment to. Let's talk about the power of imagination. You've heard it said a million times that what you can't see is vastly scarier than what you can see. Now this seems in stark contrast to expositional dialogue, which tells us what's happening rather than showing us. This is usually looked down upon. Well, the final leg of our movie takes place at a police department. The creeper walks in and devours prisoners. Now the problem with this is you can see the creeper doing it in full light and it's just not that scary. I would have preferred if we only saw bits and pieces mostly, a light and shadow game as well as gruesome sound effects. The creature does have a battle with the police, but because of budget constraints, it's not that good. It really reminds me of the police shootout scene in Terminator and the Marine ambush scene in Aliens, but both were done much better. I honestly feel that the police are too concentrated in one area. I wish the camera would have stayed on Trish and Derry and let us watch them panic as they hear the death and calamity surround them. I wish they were sneaking through the police station, only catching glimpses of mangled policemen and flashes of the creeper, just wondering where he'll show up next. But alas. So the movie does end as a tragedy. The monster wins out and the movie earns its name. In film, it's easy to spot the monsters. They're quite horrid and easily recognizable, but in real life, it's not so easy. The inspiration for the opening scene seems to be derived from a murder investigation whose primary suspect was this man, Dennis Depew. The opening scene is extremely similar, if not near identical, to a segment airing on the 1991 TV show Unsolved Mysteries, in which Ray and Marie Thornton are passed by a speeding van, and they later re-encounter the van parked at a school where they witness Dennis disposing of a blood-soaked sheet. Just like the movie, they're later tailed by the van and eventually return to the school where they find the blood-soaked sheet. Also like the movie, the couple were playing a license plate game that day. Director and writer Victor Salva has never admitted to this being the inspiration for the opening scene, but instead points to the TV movie Duel by Steven Spielberg. One more note, Victor Salva is a convicted child molester whose crimes took place while filming the movie Clown House. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but only ended serving 15 months. So let's summarize. Jeepers Creepers is a fun movie, but it does have its flaws. But where it shines the most is the mythos of the monster. The monster's intelligence, its physical dominance, and imposing will, it's just unmatched. It's very unique, and he's a lovable character, even if he's horrible. Overall, I give the movie a 7 out of 10. It's a great monster, but it's not without its flaws. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It can really help me grow my channel. Thank you so much.